Hey everybody, welcome to this A2 English listening practice video. You can use this video to practice your listening and comprehension as I speak. Remember to sign up for our $1 listening practice seminars at polyglossa.com and download our free listening time podcast so you can practice your listening skills. So today I'm gonna talk about complaining. This might seem like a strange topic, but I think it's very relevant because most people complain about many things in their lives. Specifically, in this video, I want to talk about some of the different things that people complain about often. The first complaint that I'm gonna talk about is the weather. Depending on where you live, this might be a common complaint. In the US, when people make small talk, they tend to talk about the weather. They might comment on how nice the weather is that day, or they might talk about how terrible the weather is. It's very easy to connect with another person when complaining about the weather because it's an easy topic to talk about. I think this is a big reason why people like to complain about this topic. It helps you start conversations. I sometimes complain when it's raining, especially on the weekend. I love going outside and enjoy the outdoors, so it's disappointing for me when I can't do this. I know I shouldn't complain about things I can't control, but I do this sometimes. Another thing that people love to complain about is traffic. This is one of the worst parts of about living in the big city. Nowadays, many people work from home, but if you work in an office, you probably have to commute to work 5 days a week. The verb to commute means to travel to and from some place regularly. If you commute to work in the morning and commute back home in the evening, you probably do this during rush hour. This is the time during the day where there are more cars on the road. If you live in a crowded city, you'll definitely hear people complain about traffic during rush hour. I know some people that spend 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening in traffic. It's hard not to complain in this situation. I hate being stuck in traffic and I definitely complain about this sometimes. Alright, another thing that people complain about is rising prices. It seems like every year life gets more and more expensive. For example, in the past, houses and apartments are very much cheaper than they are now. For many young adults, buying a house seems impossible nowadays. I hear people complain about this all the time. It also seems like gas prices keep getting higher and higher. It's funny because Americans complain about this a lot, but actually gas is much more expensive in other countries. Still, we Americans like to complain about this. Okay, I saved the worst one for last. In my opinion, the thing I complain about the most is the government. Of course, everyone complains about corrupt politicians and terrible presidents. But what annoys me the most is the horrible experience you have when you use government services. I can't tell you how many times I've been disappointed with government services. Just in the last month, I've had at least 3 bad experiences with the government. Unfortunately, this is completely normal. Almost every time I use the government services, there are errors with their website, their workers are rude, and it takes them a long time to do their job. And of course, the quality of their work and their institution is terrible. For example, almost all the students I talk to tell me that the government hospitals in their countries are not good. Overall, governments don't offer high quality services. I'm sure many of you complain about government services too. Alright, now I'm gonna ask you some questions about today's video to see if you understood. Number one, what's the most common topic of small talk? Number two, what does the verb commute mean? And number three, what's one thing that seems to get more expensive all the time? Okay, remember to sign up for our $1 listening practice seminars and download our free listening time podcast so you can practice your listening skills. Also, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell, and follow us on Instagram. I'll see you next time.